Welcome back, listener viewers, to to NieR.
Dan, that's the take.
That's the take we're keeping. Hi, Fable. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can spell part 9. 9B?
I can fill part NieR. Hey, did you know that NieR takes place in the same universe as I Can Fell?
Yeah, so open-minded. This version is a lot more. This area in the world is a lot more body positive. Also, a lot more three-dimensional.
Yeah. So on that note, I do want to talk about something, and Okay, so there's something about Kaine that I want to bring up. And normally I'd wait for it to come up organically in the game, but I'm not sure how organically it will come up because I think it's something somewhat buried in lore, and in the English version, at least of the original, it wasn't very clear. It was something that was more clear in the Japanese version. So I'm wondering what you think of me talking about it now and us using it as a lens to view Kaine through the rest of the game. Do you have any thoughts on that? I'm gonna die.
I mean, we've already talked a little bit about Kaine's outfit and sexualization.
I hate to ask.
I think we compared it to one of the DC superheroes, the one with a boob window.
Okay?
Power Girl. Yes, there's something in particular we don't super know about Kaine yet. It was sort of hinted at in the last in the fight we did with her last episode. So I'm going to say it, and I guess if viewers don't want, again, like, it's hard to consider it a spoiler because I don't think it's ever properly brought up in the game. Not in the English translation. Okay. She is intersex.
Oh.
Yeah. So when she is talking about how she has a mutant body, it's because she is, has both male and female bits. And it kind of brings a very interesting aspect to her character. And again, I'm not sure it's done well, again, especially in the English translation, because it's hinted at from what I understand, but it's very vague. And we'll see if that comes up more throughout it. But especially in mind with her sexualization, with her, with everything. It definitely adds a layer to it.
Yeah, that definitely feels like something that's, oh god, it's very, that would be very affected by how people view her and interpret things. I would say that, so my thoughts on it are that whenever you have,
Hey.
whenever you're representing,
Oh, one sec.
oh,
What's up?
Cutscene.
I'll wait outside.
What? Why? It's way safer inside the village.
It's fine. I like being alone. If you head out from another exit, I'll just meet you there.
You sure? I know Yona would be really excited to meet you.
Don't force the issue now. Her mind is clearly made up. Not everyone loves the company of others as much as you.
All right, I won't push it.
See you in a bit.
Go on.
right. So the way that I view it is if you're going to put people in, then it either the way that it needs to be explored is weird, right? So it's got to be a way that's one, not stereotypical and not a bait kind of thing, but also not just making it their entire character. Like at the end of the day, the way that you write great characters of any color, sex, gender, just anything, is you write good characters. You know, you write them as real people, and a lot of times the way that they are drawn, the way that they are animated, the way that they are acted, that's what brings kind of life to the rest of their representation.
I am somewhat reminded of, have you, well, geez, goats! These goats! Sorry. On that note, I'm kind of reminded of the Black Widow movie. Have you seen it yet?
I just watched it on my birthday, actually.
Oh, cool. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
I know, I don't think I directly wished you happy birthday. I just sort of, like, called you out on my Discord, being like...
I need to check. Yeah, I got more birthday wishes on your Discord than on mine.
Ha. Oh, by the way, I have a Discord. If you're watching this, audience, listener, viewers, you can join. I'll post a link in the thingy. You should join. Anyways, I don't really need to talk much about spoilers of the movie or anything, just the fact that, like, it was a really good female-centric movie without it, like, feeling like it was trying to be that.
Yeah.
So, what's facade?
Because there's...
It's strange.
hold
Let's
on.
just leave it at that.
Stranger than a boorish young woman who battles monsters in her undergarments.
Let's go.
It's strange. You can take everything at face value. That usually you have to read into people a little more, and you just don't have to do that in Facade.
Huh. What?
It
What?
appears to be out of service.
Okay, then. I have no idea what that is.
Wolves!
Look out!
Ah, yes, wolves. Now we get to murder innocent dogs. We'll see. But anyways, it's something easy for me to say as a, like, I'm not, don't take me as the authority on this by any means, but, Shadow Wolf. A lot of times, it feels like representation happens in mass media simply to, quote, check the box, rather than out of, any actual, like...
Place is this?
I think it's
Tokenism.
A graveyard.
The headstones seem
Yeah.
to be lacking names. Also, why do they shine as if they were carved from the rock just yesterday?
Interesting. Like, I know there's a lot of, quote, discourse about, representation that just seems to be checking boxes. A lot of people have bad takes that are just like, oh, they're ruining this movie just because they want to have a female protagonist or whatever. That's not what I mean. I mean shallow representation. Representation that really is just to check the box for like, really surface level reasons rather than to actually, like,
Yeah.
help people. And that sort of stuff just feels really gross to me, both as a...
Yeah, it's slimy. It's slimy shit.
Yeah. And there have been some scenes in the MCU. Like, there was a scene where, like, all of the female superheroes all lined up together in Endgame. And,
Yeah.
like, well, I get it. It was cool. I'll let it pass. It also felt, like, really shoehorned in.
Yeah. It was.
Anyways, Yeah.
I'm
Black Widow didn't feel like that. Black Widow was almost entirely female character centric, and it didn't feel like it was
The gate is sealed tight.
Well, great.
trying
Guess
to do
we're not
that.
getting
It
in.
just did.
Where is she going?
おおあれかいねガテ我ら
I love this guy's.
You know these guys, Kaine?
Not exactly.
Anyways, I really like Kaine as a character in relation to this whole thing. I do think she is a good character standalone, and I do think her intersexness, non-binariness, does add an interesting layer to her as a character rather than just to check a box.
I saved a local kid from a pack of wolves. Ever since, this town's welcomed me with open arms. Gotta be a pretty screwed up place. if
I
they let
think-
me in, huh? Anyway, I don't understand a word they say, so don't get too excited.
The only thing that bothers me is the if you're going to represent a group, then you need to say that you're representing said group. Otherwise, it can be a little half-hearted.
The
So,
king lives in the big
That would
Yeah.
be the thing that I would
Figure out the rest
criticize.
for
But
yourself.
you know, I also
What about you?
we're still waiting
I'll
for it
stay
all
here.
to play out, so that
I
maybe they
hate
clarified it
working this.
with this version.
I don't know whether to thank you or wish
Yeah.
you ill. I suppose a quick stroll about town is in order.
The language they use here is pretty crazy. So, good luck with that.
What are they saying?
Fascinating. They speak a language I have never before encountered.
I like that.
Legit. Okay.
I'd wager that huge structure is the king's manor.
How do we even get there?
With willpower and smarts, my lad.
I'm also, like, while I do like Kaine, I'm not gonna, like, pretend that it's a perfect representation by any means. I just,
Nope.
especially given the time the original game came out. Like, I also kind of like comparing her to Naoto from Persona 4, who I read as at least non-binary, if not trans, even though the game doesn't necessarily use those labels or use them well.
アルテルはチキタザイ
I feel bad that I can't understand them.
You could speak 1,000 tongues and still fail if you lack knowledge of another's culture.
At some point,
Come on,
like,
Bryce, help me out already.
part of what,
I am a brilliant book of unspeakable value, not some dog-eared travel guide.
Especially when you get to, like, older pieces of media,
we're just
especially
telling
novels and
stories
stuff.
If only we could speak
Uh,
to the
it
locals.
is-
I've no doubt we'd have little trouble reaching the king's manor. We'll just have to suss out a route on our own.
A big part of literary criticism is sort of making up the difference, using your own lenses to, in some ways, add better representation to works of art that aren't fully there. Like, I think with a proper lens of Kaine, she can be a really, like, cool representation.
Effectively.
Same with Naoto and Persona 4.
Effectively gauging potential intention and the tools available to the writers at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets pretty speculative for literary criticism. I learned that like that was beaten to me pretty hard. I think in a good way though by my professors. And at the end of the day, we can only for sure say, what the person actually said or did. But that doesn't mean that you can't hope or speculate and ultimately still learn from different stories and try and
I died.
improve upon that sort of representation.
Before all your health is lost.
And I'm reminded of a particular one-act play, or not one character play. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I can't, but it was written in like the 60s or something, and I did a interpretation of it where the main character was Ace.
No entry, it would seem.
And
after we finally made it all this way.
This is pointless. Let us go back.
Can you talk to the guards beside, or?
they probably they talk in wingdings.
No entry.
And after we
This.
I wonder if they would open the door if Kaine came with it.
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh no! Help.
Dead. Pick up the person. Just taking all of her fruit and just run off.
Ho ho, look. This one lacks the power of speech. Perhaps she can communicate through gesture. Let me see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am Fira. Do you need help?
Yes, we came here to talk to your king, but it turns out we can't actually talk to anyone.
I can guide you? Oh, she will act as our guide. How fortuitous.
That's
But
interesting.
first, I must explain this town.
We really just need to see the king.
No, there are rules to follow. Follow me. Well, there you have it.
Interesting.
I love it when there's
So now we've got
representation
a-
for that.
Yeah.
It would seem we are in.
That's great. Okay, I like
Also
that.
interesting that, yeah, Weiss knows, doesn't know their spoken language, but knows their sign language.
Uh-huh. Well, sign languages are completely different than spoken languages. They
Rule
they
106?
they have different.
We have many rules. I guess I should be reading the
Yeah,
That's the reason for your labyrinthine system of staircases. Well,
Yes, that is
I
the
suppose
rule.
eccentric people deserve an eccentric town. It would seem we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't read it because of the skippy skips happening, the lag. But
Gotcha.
no. So, yeah, different systems of grammar and actual expressions and words and stuff. Like sign languages are completely different from like spoken languages in that they are, they are their own language. I've learned that from the studying I have done for conlangs.
This is the sand skiff dock. Rule 115,017. You must view the town by ship before purchasing any
What
items.
could possibly be the point of such an absurd rule?
I don't know. It's a rule that was in place when I first
Hold on.
came here, not a new
Your
one.
people are still making rules?
Yes, I heard that we passed rule 124,046
Oh,
earlier this month.
idiocy. I could never live in this city.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. I do wonder why the rules they have. I mean, I like for culture to be like demonstrating some sort of purpose. Like not just I thought this was fun and cool, so I did this. Because it's
Yeah.
not practical.
That's the difference between like something immersive and a gimmick. This is a grocery. Rule 11,034, you must live at a level
So the
appropriate to your
aristocracy
position.
lives in the top levels, while the commoners subsist below.
So there's some sort of like a caste system.
Seems like a rather unpleasant rule for those on the bottom. Does this girl plan to drag us about the entire town in this fashion?
She's just following the rules, Vice.
No,
I don't think we should skip the
I don't
tour.
think so
Yeah.
either. I think we
Let's
actually
see.
watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because hopefully there's a way that we can talk to the king, and we definitely don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
If we want, the king's help.
This is very pleasant.
Speaking of world building, I was
Yes.
talking about.
You had something you wanted to talk about, yeah.
I was talking about the one shot in Fable Doom, and so yeah, we got to play a game in between episodes 9 and 10. Inside
Of Stories for Monsters.
Yes, 9 and 10 of Stories for Monsters. And we got to be inside one of these. Oh, street signs. Interesting. I'll let you read the thing first.
This is a
Strange
strange
things
things store. Yes, a store that sells strange things. I don't know. The things are so strange, no
Yeah,
one is
that
sure
is
what they
pretty
do.
strange.
It would seem we are impeding progress.
Are we now? That's a bit frustrating. Okay,
So
continue.
we got to have a story within the kind of one of these walled cities that popped up in episode 9. And as part of it, building this one shot, I like to be collaborative with my players and include details that kind of let them build out parts of the world. And Atera is absolutely enormous. And so I have no qualms with letting the players pick out, certain places or build cultures and temples, different rules and levels to certain things, and kind of making that work. Because if you're doing that at the same time as the characters, you're effectively tailoring the people and the world together in a way that has to make sense. So it's really, really fun. And we're at our next place.
I'm gonna stand to the side this time.
That's a good idea. Watch her go like sideways.
This is a
instead of
store
in the
that
boat.
sells raw materials. We use these materials to make masks. Rule 12, do not neglect your mask.
Oh, do we need
If
a
you want to
mask?
live here, you must have a mask on
Yes,
at all
I
times.
was beginning to suspect that.
Where are you
Well,
now?
we're not living here.
No, we're not. So yeah, what I'm thinking about doing is, kind of making Terra a bit more accessible and like making different mods and letting people kind of explore it, with their own groups. I think that'll be fun. And what Fable Doom can do, that a lot of other systems don't, is it can cross genres and different worlds and settings and stuff, and be applied however. And so Kyle and I were talking, actually before recording, about making a like a one shot or something, or even a campaign, just basically using Fable Doom to tell a story and have an adventure like in the world of OTL in the city or something.
Yeah. This is a weapon shop. This concludes your tour of the city.
Oh,
Thank you for your patience. I will now
Thanks.
guide you to the King's Manor.
These rules are enough to make
Yay.
a sensible man reach for the noose. I don't know how you survive in a place with so many inconvenient prescripts.
It's not so bad. Although I used to ask the same question and then someone told me, rules do not exist to bind you, they exist so you may know your freedoms. When I look at it like that, they don't bother me. Interesting.
kind of reminds me of the way that I like at budgeting. You're allowed to spend X amount on X thing.
It's definitely occurred to me, what would a TTRPG set in Of This Light's world look like? Because the way strength works in Of This Light is interesting. And so a more, how should I say, loose system like Fable Doom, I do think would suit it well.
Mm-hmm. I like giving like near complete creative control to the people playing the game, be that the GM and the players, instead of opening it up to the rules potentially getting in the way of everything, or even not making sense or being broken when you try and do certain things, like they are in a lot of RPGs. People seek out flaws, and if you just... Oh, you go ahead.
This is the King's Manor. However,
You
we
have
have
no
no
king?
king now. Our king was stricken with a foul black illness and so passed away.
Oh.
His son, the prince, now rules this land.
Scroll.
This is the prince's royal advisor. He would know far
Thank
more
you.
about these things than
All
I.
of this touring has been helpful for understanding your language. I believe I will be able to speak with this advisor myself.
Oh.
We need to talk to the prince.
ザ・タイラム多大財頭とお会いでしたいでく
I'm afraid the prince is not taking outside
改めて
visitors at
し
present.
てたすおい
I would appreciate it if you could come
My
back
patience
another
for
day.
this kind of thing has long ago evaporated.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Fira. let's go back to Kaine for now.
Yeah, so the way Fable Doom works is that it's very intuitive and built around kind of the GM and the players and what works for them or doesn't work. It gives a lot of discretion to both, so there's a lot less game breaking and more freedom to do what you will do within kind of the world that you all create together. But it does
Definitely more for the storytelling than the game.
yeah, definitely. But it requires a really high level of trust between the game master and the players. I mean, like, there are game masters that just want to beat their players, and there are players who just want to beat their game master, or break the system. And like, Fable Doom doesn't really have any, doesn't really have a good place for those people.
Well, not all systems work well for everyone. That's why there's so many.
Oh yeah, I mean, there are a ton of them, and like there are even a ton that are like Fable Doom, and that they're very kind of rules light. We could see what everyone else is saying now, probably too. By the way,
Probably. Oh my gosh.
Slow down, I can barely. The person who saved me. Surely you don't mean Kaine. Kaine helps you. This foul-mouthed hussy.
Piss off, book. You guys done or what?
Hey, did you hear the news? The prince is missing. Oh, that's not good. What? Then we're in violation of Rule 83,348. The prince is gone, and according to Rule 83348, we have to start looking for him right away.
sounds like a convenient quest.
No, you don't get it. The prince went missing in the Barren Temple. What? But Rule 50,527 states that only nobility may enter the
Oh my
temple. That
God.
means we can't go look for him. But what about Rule 83,348? What about Rule 50,527?
Why'd they make a bunch of rules that contradict each other?
This is their way and their system of laws. As outsiders, we have no say in the matter. Now,
That's how I feel
I
about.
didn't mean to cut you off there, Weiss. I'm going to save the prince.
That's how,
No, you can't. You've forgotten Rule 50,527. Oh, screw the rules.
That rule only forbids your people from entering the temple, right? So why not ask an outsider to save your prince?
oh, and what luck! We just happen to have an outsider who can't stop meddling in the affairs of others right here.
I'm going to. Fira told me about Rule 1024. You know that one, right? Rule 1024. You must honor the request of any outsider owed a debt. That's how it goes, right, Fira?
Why did I ever agree to travel with such a pack of do-gooders?
Let's move.
Cool.
well, how convenient.
I'm gonna save real quick.
No, but yeah, there are a lot of rules light kinds of systems that prioritize the different kind of storytelling methods that people enjoy. So what Fable Doom does, it combines some of our mechanics that we like from D&D, mostly like your dice rolling and stuff like that, with other things that we like to do in the storytelling, be it with the lore or be it with using magic in a more free-form way. Here, you go ahead.
Hold on real quick. Let me show you the way. You'll need my guidance to get through the sandstorm. Wow, she does not run fast.
Well, this is gonna be...
Actually, you know, this is the frustrating thing with escort quests, when the person you're escorting moves faster than you can walk, but slower than you can run. I feel like they should move at a pace possible for the protagonist. Because this is just painful.
I think... Oh, God. See, I want to say that the intention is to, like, make sure that you don't lose them or something, but, like, this could easily be done by actually marking the escort and the place that you're going, and that way, if the player wants to explore the environment more and then, like, catch up, they can do that.
I bet if I stand directly in front of her... Yeah, that's also annoying. The AI isn't smart enough to know to just go around me.
Oh, but Kyle, what if there's a rule that she can't just go around people?
There probably is.
It's so quirky and endearing.
Well, remember, rules exist to remind you of your freedoms.
Oh, yeah. You're always free to put away the game. Yeah, so anyway, like, I think it'd be... In summary, I think it's gonna be fun to, like... Oh, you go.
I will guide you through the desert. Please stay close to me.
I think it'll be really fun to let people kind of explore Eterra through different modules and through kind of the same system that I explore Eterra before writing down those stories and, you know, putting them out as episodes of SFM. And I think that it'd be fun to let people kind of explore a bit of the city in OTL as well.
Yeah.
Like, it just brings a new...
Oh.
Oh. Okay. It just brings this new level of integration and cooperation and such with
Sand is too
people's
much.
ability to interact with what we do.
My eyes.
The moment I open my mouth, the sand rushes inside.
Do you even have a mouth? How does Vera deal with this?
Perhaps there is some manner of filter inside that mask of hers.
It's almost as if
Keep a keen
masks
eye on your surroundings.
can help filter things. Like that's their purpose or something. Oh,
I see what
love
that
it.
does now. Yeah, that's cool. When I started seeing the circle go around, I wondered.
It's a cool ability. I like it.
Vera
Hold
sure
on,
is
I gotta
brave,
rip
isn't
the
she?
teeth out of this wolf.
Such a minuscule body, she seems to possess almost boundless stores of energy.
Too bad you can't run that fast.
Boundless energy, slow release.
Let's see. For my part, podcast-wise, I am, well, actually, somewhat surprisingly, I might end up having 2 podcasts dropping soonish.
Impede in progress.
Oh, god damn it. So I do art streams pretty regularly, the occasional game stream as well on Twitch, and one of my weekly streams is with a mutual friend of ours, Jer, also screen name Ironoki, and we've been talking for a while about just recording our chats while we do that and sort of editing them together into a podcast format. So that might be another podcast coming out
That's
soon.
an idea. Jer has a lot of cool ideas.
Wolves! Look out!
Yeah.
Werewolf, pirate,
Very much
ghost
it's,
captain. Ghost werewolf,
Yeah.
pirate captain?
It's very much an idea of getting 2 types of content out of, you know, one project's worth
You
of
know,
work,
that's legit.
which I
Ah.
get off me!
Oh my god. They actually like latch on.
Yep. Where'd girl go? There she is. Hold on. Oh, there's more.
Oh,
Fighting wolves tutorial.
we unlocked a tutorial about
This girl
fighting
must
wolves.
possess extreme patriotism. Look how she gives all for the sake of her prince.
I wish she would give a little bit more speed.
But yeah, I'm actually going to have a lot of projects coming out in the next few months, and boy, I'm hoping some of them make some money, because being self-employed's terrifying, guys.
Yep. I mean, hopefully, so we were talking about, like, you know, doing a Kickstarter with, like, Fable Doom and the modules and such, so, like, probably do something like that soon.
The Barren Temple is just ahead. Oh, and one more thing. Yay, we got a map.
You could have just given us a map of the city, too, or maybe a book of the rules. Just
There's probably a rule against having maps of the city.
Thanks for your
This
help.
is as far as I can go. Okay. Well, let's see if there's a... I don't see a mailbox, so I'm going to assume
I think there's...
we should probably call the episode here.
Let's do it.
Alright. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. See you in the next one.
Late.
Bye!
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, you know, that stuff. You can find other ways to support Kyle in the link below, but don't forget to check out my stuff at Rhetorical Answers. Remember, a little goes a long way, even if it's just sharing with friends. Thanks again. Late.